on the 1100 block of Massasoit, their block club person was giving a big party in a vacant lot for the Halloween kids. I haven't talked to her and I don't know how successful it was, but she passed flyers out detailing what all was going on. So I'm gonna check with her and see how it turned out
No,
because
Roman do a
we
party.
do need to bring our children back to the city.
Well,
And as far as it being dangerous, well, nobody on the street Halloween.
Yeah, I think that was pretty clear. Barry said this the first year there was a really low turnout on his block, and
Mm-hmm.
for me, it's business as usual. I just had the next door neighbor kids come by. That was it. So,
well, I was gonna say, Roman does one every year. Roman's been
yeah,
doing a Halloween party for I don't know, shit, probably a good better part of 10 years now. Should be.
yeah,
So he did it. I think actually he did it at T and the fitness spot, TNC Fitness.
yeah. I think he
Who's
did mention.
Roman? I don't know who Roman is.
Yeah, I know, right? That's why I always tell him he need to
Um,
get out here. But Roman, he Roman just been active in the community for a long time. Right now, he does a lot around. Um, he does a lot at Hope Church that focuses on folks that have been formerly incarcerated or have had um, that have been locked up in the past.
Okay.
He puts
Oh,
on
that's on Augusta and Pine, right?
no. Damn, this
Mayfield,
thing.
Mayfield in Iowa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Home Church, right?
Yeah. So, and I know he's working on right now. He's currently working on trying to bring. He called it the Austin Law Library over to the Austin High School, where folks that are looking for supports and resources in terms of like that expungement stuff or just understanding whatever their circumstance or situation is, they can be able to research it. So, but he's been doing stuff for a long time. You never heard of the Drive at Five?
No, I never heard of that.
The boy was doing that shit for 16 years. Mm-mm-mm.
Okay.
he done with it now. But he was doing the Drive at Five for 16 years where he would basically he go on iHeartRadio and talk about the politics of the community and bring guests on and yeah, you done had all type of guests on there.
That's amazing. 16 years and he don't have a car and he drives. He goes all the way out to Westchester.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Was it broadcast every day, Monday through Friday, right?
No, Drive at Five on Mondays. Just Monday.
It's Monday. Okay.
Yeah, just Monday. Yeah. Well, yeah, 4 times a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. 16 years. I just found out last weekend. He told me I was with him. He said, "Yeah, I ended that show, and they're showing." I said, "Well, what are they doing?" He said, "They're showing the rerun. They have 16 years of them." I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah, for real.
He had one guest. He had our Oprah Winfrey husband on there. Well, husband,
nice.
boy. He was on that one.
Yeah, used to work for CBS, so he had those connections. But he just never really played into them the way he needed to. So he be all right though. He doing good.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to get him on. We have to get him. Last time we had him on here, he made an uproar, man. It got crazy. It's like, Roman, what you doing, man? You come on here, you make people go crazy.
Well, it's called Roman's Rant. I got some things to say to people.
Yeah.
Roman's Rants.
Yeah, right. Waiting on Barry, man. Barry wanted to talk about Peacebrook.
Hey guys, I want to discuss Peacebrook for the 111,000th time. If you didn't understand it,
It's the best time now, right?
You say what?
It's the best time now.
Oh, what? Man, if he can't get no people to enroll in the Peacebrook at this time, he might as well.
Well, one of the things that we need to really understand. Well, look, let's talk about that. The whole SNAP benefit. So, from my understanding, it's been extended until the end of the month because of a court injunction that's been placed on on Trump from, what is it, Rhode Island or somewhere? I don't know. A judge out east. So I guess everybody's still supposed to get it, right?
Yeah, I've been seeing folks say they was getting some, a little bit, not a lot, a little bit.
Mm-hmm. So that, and let's be real about that. Have you really heard people saying, "Oh man, what am I gonna do?"
No.
I'm just saying. Somebody asked me, say, "Steve, I know you hear a lot. What's going on? Have you heard anything? What's?" I'm like, before they even got their court injunction and it was supposed to happen on the 1st, I'm like, yeah, I really didn't hear people like, "Oh, what we gonna do?"
Yeah.
Now, I did have a call.
I would say, so obviously most of my friends list are Black. And there were a lot of people that were posting their screenshots saying from the government that was saying that, they weren't going to get the funding. There were others that posted showing that they got some funding, which that was one thing that I saw is that that judge said that Trump had to use some of the emergency funds to at least fund a portion of it. So I don't know if that extends to like all of it in terms of this injunction that was that passed, but I know a portion, what I read was a portion will be funded out the emergency funds that the US government has. And but I was seeing folks that was posting their letters, their emails from the government talking about it. There was other folks, maybe they were joking or not, that were talking about going out to rob stores. Folks were saying that Walmart responded to folks saying they was gonna go out and loot and all this other stuff by making some stuff online only and all type of stuff. So I don't know. There was some responses. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. I only have one side of the world on mine. I don't have a whole lot of white folks to see exactly what their thoughts was, and then you got the whole gamut of people on my page too. So I got some folks that's like, well, good. Folks need to get out and go to work for it. Other people saying, well, nah, that's bad because families eat off of this, babies eat off of this,
People that don't, that are handicapped or what have you. So what are they saying? Everybody's not 100% able to be out and work. So
yeah.
I just find it really odd that most wealthiest country in the world can't take care of its own.
Well, you know what? Look no further than California. If you looked into California's billions that they've spent into trying to end homelessness, and homelessness has only increased. Yeah, somebody lying, man. Because we always that's the narrative. Well, how are we in the richest country and people hungry, people go without housing, and then you make programs to to address the issue, but the issue itself gets larger. So somebody lying.
Well, do they address the issue or do they address the effects of the issue? Because what I've seen exponentially since the 80s, the large amount of homeless people that came, first of all, they start coming out of when Reagan, when he shut down and let all the people out of mental institutions. And it's like, well, you got to get out. We ain't doing this no more. And it's like, how you just do that when many of those people were direct derivatives or directly affected from the Vietnam War, which ended in 1975. So, not even 10 years later, you're just kicking people out of mental health institutions. And it was obvious when I went to DC in 87, man, there was so many homeless people just everywhere. I didn't understand because I didn't see that in Chicago like that. We had homeless, but they were all relegated or in an area around what we call Skid Row. Then Skid Row surely became Wacker Drive after they got rid of Skid Row and built River, what they call it, West Loop or whatever now. But again, yeah, DC was there were homeless people everywhere, man. Just all on the mall, all by the Smithsonian, and I had to ask the question, why so many? And they said it was because of what Reagan had done. Well, and then now, I mean, first time I saw homeless people on the West Side was probably 90, 92, 93. I'm like, we have homeless people amongst the homes. You know, the people that the house, as they say. How do we have homeless people amongst the house? And right here on the West Side, and it was a guy. It was right on Augusta and Austin. It was an abandoned building. And on my way to work every morning, I would see the guy crawl out of the basement window, and he was obviously, homeless or unhoused, as they say. But he found somewhere to stay throughout the night, and never had seen that. Never seen that in the community. Never seen that in neighborhood. Did we have squatters? Probably, but not just people roaming up and down the street, flat out homeless. And now, what does that really mean? I mean, with the onset of the real estate bubble, people lost properties and homes and everything. I mean, it's like every day is a day for somebody just to try to have a place to stay. It could be anyone. The way it's been going for the last 40 years. Would you say it was never like that in the 70s, right, Tiny?
No, not that I can remember. But like you
No.
say, Reagan, he did all of this.
Right. The people that was unhoused in the 70s, we used to call them hobos.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Drunks. And there was another word we used to call them. Just people that just wanted to be, it was because they had a home. They just didn't want to be in it, They just, anytime somebody that had someone that was out, as we say, unhoused or homeless, they could go and find them and bring them home back to you. They had multiple places to go, But then as the 80s came about, it started changing, man. It was like people were out there because, they just lost everything because of their mental state or because of drug addictions or because of, the economy. We didn't have a great economy in the 80s. I would like to see if we had 3 out of 10 people working. That would have been a great number, I mean, you remember how it was, Tiny? Jobs were scarce in the 80s.
Yeah.
And the other thing was the actual minimum wage was really crappy. $4 an hour, $3.75 an hour, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you had this people, and imagine what waiters and waitresses made. They made $2, and then you got them, and then plus tips. But I don't know how that worked out. But nevertheless, we're dealing with a state of or a situation where we're talking about people that work for the government can be homeless because they haven't paid these people. They haven't received their checks in almost a month. Now that I did receive a lot of calls on. I mean, I think it was Monday. Man, my phone was blowing up. It was like, Steve, are you guys gonna be able to do anything? I had a young lady call me that worked for the TSA. And obviously she's not getting paid because by the federal government. And I'm like, yeah, we're waiting to get the okay from the city. The city's supposed to look at helping us give out food. And I'm like, wow, this is really real. Then the compounded with the idea that SNAP wouldn't be available. So now the person that's probably not getting a check can at least apply for SNAP or something to try to get that in an emergency case. That wasn't going to happen. So what the heck is going on? What What are you doing to American citizens? You know? You about to say something, Tiny?
Well, just this, the dollar is not worth anything anymore. It's just paper. And so they print as much as they need, but sometimes they overprint and then that give us inflation. And that's what's happening now. And they talking about going down on the interest rates, which will mean the dollar is worth less. And a lot of this, and then, hey, United States just got to pay for what it has done to us all these years.
Well, not only that, but they stopped making pennies, which means it's going to increase the price of goods up to the whole dollar. Like if
Right.
it's 99 cents, they're gonna make it $1.
When did they stop making pennies?
I heard it on the radio yesterday. Um, I can't tell you exactly when, but they stopped making them.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I don't know about the younger generations, but I used to see kids, well, it's been over 20 years. I would see young kids walk past pennies and just, you see pennies on the ground. And the kids, when I was a kid, you found pennies on the ground, you trying to find the next one. Are there more? Is there more than two? I'm like, you see kids I seen a kid throw $1 on the ground one day. He's like, all right, this $1. What I'm do with this in here? I'm like, what? The value, man, the horror. What do they value?
Even a rabbi would have the assessment.
Unbelievable, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
This is the life we live. Now, does that mean that the penny becomes a rare? I know there's some rare pennies out there.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, they were real copper, right?
Right.
Then they changed them to some kind of alloy, which is odd because copper didn't used to be such a rare metal, but I guess it's starting to get a little bit more scarce here and there. Wow, no pennies. So we got to round up to the nickel now, huh?
Yeah.
So when they ask you for so everything's gonna be 95 cents or $1, huh? $1.05 plus. So now you gotta carry even heavier money in your pocket. Nickels. Speaking of which, it was something to do with money. And DeAndre, it was something I can't remember. It just slipped my mind. But Barry, how you doing?
Hey guys.
Hey, Barry.
I told everybody we're gonna have you have an opportunity to discuss Peacebrook in depth with an in-depth conversation about it. What are you thinking?
And you're going to make me co-host?
You want to go co-host? Let me see where I go here. Let's see it. Wait a minute. 1 second. But we can continue on talking. Looking for it, Barry. Where is it?
It's the 3 dots on your picture on the upper right.
No, it's not like that. On the view, let me see what's on the view.
How about participants?
Yeah, that's on the participants. It could be on the participants, yeah. Hold on, y'all. I think it's gonna host tools. Okay, here we go.
Hey guys, just joining. I'm sorry, just joining.
Hey, Joanne, how you doing? We just about to get buried in here. If I can find her. Find allow co-host. Then remove. I don't see it there.
All right, I'll do a search.
Yeah, you can just ask. I thought it was in something else. But yeah, we're just kind of talking about a little bit about Halloween, a little bit about where our money's going and how things are really changing in our world. And one of the things, I don't know if you guys are familiar with, I think it's the Congo. There's a war going on, and it's pretty bad, you know. It's either Congo or
It's Sudan. It's Sudan. 400 people got killed in the hospital.
yeah, Sudan.
Islamists came, they killed Christians there. They just went in there with Russian Kalashnikovs and shot everyone, literally 400 and some people slaughtered in hours.
Significant harm.
Right.
Why is it a war? Why are they killing It's a religious war. It's Islamic people going in and putting up Sharia law and telling them there's no Christianity here. The only religion here is Islam. And Islam is the dominant religion as Christianity used to be. We all know the wars, the Crusades. So this is basically their type of like crusade, but it's a perverted version of Islam that they're using. And so yep.
Yeah, Sudan, which is isn't it
Nigeria too. There's something going on in Nigeria too.
I heard about Nigeria just today, but yesterday, a couple of days I heard about Sudan. But isn't Sudan like two parts or something like that?
Well, it's right there by Egypt, so the first pyramids was in Sudan.
No, but I'm saying that what's the countries? It's Sudan and
Morocco, because that's North Africa.
It's the southern part. But I thought it was Darfur, but not Darfur. I don't know.
Steve, it's under participants.
Okay.
And hover over my name.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see it. There it is. Yeah, right there. Gotcha. Chat. Make post. There you go. Wait, no. Can't do that. I want to make you co-host. There we go. Co-host. There you go.
Okay.
So go ahead, Barry. Barry wants to discuss and talk about Peacebrook.
Well, actually, I'm going to be talking about Good Money Chicago 2028. Good Money Chicago 2028, that's 3 years from now. And what it means is that in 2028, people will be able to get most of the essential things they need using either their dollar credit card or their time credit card. And most people prefer to use their time credit card because you can't get gasoline on anything other than dollars. So people would rather keep their scarce dollars and charge things to their credit card, their time-based credit card. And what that means is that if you owe an hour on your time credit card, you can clear the hour by helping someone and recording it. So if I help John then owes an hour. And John's obligation is to clear the hour he owes by helping someone. So John can help either someone he knows or an organization. If they're already registered on time exchanges, then he just puts in their name, puts in the amount of time. And if he wants, he can add in memo and submit, and that's it. And the way this comes about is by people and organizations joining the Good Money Alliance. And the first, and what we're doing is seeking to get the first 12 founding members, founding organizations. And once, and also found initial individual members. So when we get the first 12 organizations and the first 100 people, then we ask people to start using time exchanges. So let's just say that you come to a time exchanges meeting once we've launched this. The way it would work is I would ask you to make a donation for the time I spend organizing the meeting. And let's say that you decide to donate 5 minutes. So then I record the 5 minutes, or you can record the 5 minutes. And that means that you you owe 5 minutes. So in the next month, you would help someone or an organization for at least 5 minutes. And if you help someone that's already in the Good Money Alliance, then it's very simple. You just note their name, the amount of time, perhaps an optional memo if you want, submit, it's done. Then that person or organization then would owe the 5 minutes, so they would in turn help someone. So if they help someone new, all they need is their name, email address, zip code, and they're registered. And as John, as someone new, then the number of people who are exchanging time increases. And the same with organizations. So if I do it, and let's say Steve does it at Northwest Austin Council, so he asks everybody on this call to make a 5-minute donation. And if you're willing to do that, you credit Steve's account 5 minutes for doing the work he does to organize this conversation. So the idea of this is it will spread naturally and through momentum. So I told you the vision for 2028. I'll just stop there for a minute and see whether there's any questions.
What's the minimum time to what's the minimum time? Because I feel like you have to have some type of measure of time. So if I give an hour, someone shouldn't be able to. I know you're using a hypothetical number, but someone shouldn't be able to give me just 5 minutes, and I gave them an hour. It should be like a minimum of 15 minutes.
No, that's whatever you arrange with the person you help. That's between the two of you. So you can arrange to charge them an hour, something more, or something less. And it's based on relationship because you're helping someone you have some connection with.
And one person's 15 minutes may be another person's hour, right?
Yeah, that's right. If Steve's really busy and I need his help, I'd be willing to pay him an hour for 5 minutes of my time, for 5 minutes of his time.
That's not equivalent. That's not going to work.
Well, it's up to Steve and I. If it works between the two of us, then it works. If it doesn't work,
if you put the constraint of a 15-minute minimum, that'll be better because there's no bargaining. You know, the bargain will start at 15 minutes and it stops the negotiation and the friction. The less friction that you have in this process, the better it has. So instead of you and Steve negotiating, boom, 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 Steve knows the minimum he has to give you is 15 minutes of his time. And if you make it like that, that's a better bargain. But bargaining on 5 minutes is just minuscule.
Yeah, no, most people won't bargain. But if people decide that a minimum of 15 minutes works better, that's we're going to be going through a process of getting it so that it works.
Yeah, yeah. Make me the board, man. I'll get it right.
Well, you see, the board is all of us. We've got to get something, in my opinion.
What is this based on skill set? Like, if I'm a painter and you're a teacher, and you need your kid's bedroom painted, but your kid needs tutoring for math for a whole semester or whatever. I don't know. Can you just barter it based on the value of what you want?
Well, you could, but I'm guessing that most people would just keep it at an hour is equal to an hour, unless something unusual is happening. Because the idea of it is just to help each other. It's not, unlike the dollar, the idea is not to get a lot of hours. The idea is to help and be helped. So there's a balance between helping and a balance between being helped and helping.
Okay. So earlier you said there's a situation where it boils down to what gas. You said for example gas. What about other utilities and things? Would that fall in the same categories?
Well, the way it would work is during the first year, we want to get the 12 founding members and 100 individual members and begin to get anchor members and institutional members. Because what we're after is to get as many organizations as we can coming in and being part of this, because the more organizations and the more people that are part of this, the more you'll be able to get with time currency. And what we're going for is 3 years from now to be able to get most essential things with either dollars or time currency. And when we get big enough, one other thing, what I think will likely happen is used stuff will get to be more popular because you're not going to be able to buy gasoline or a new iPhone for anything but dollars. But you can get used iPhone by just arranging between someone you know who wants to get rid of their iPhone. So the bigger our market becomes, the more people in organizations that become involved, the more larger organizations will work with us. So eventually, Amazon, like eBay, may carry used items and may accept time currency.
Say it again, Barry.
As we get big enough, and very large organizations like the city of Chicago, Cook County, and the state of Illinois, as they begin to use time currency, replacing the lost federal dollars with time currency, then the market becomes much bigger. And large organizations eventually, like Amazon, will begin to accept time currency as payment.
Okay, you know what? I do like this idea though. That's pretty dope. But I feel like if you do something with Amazon, at some point, Amazon is going to have there will be some type of payment for somebody. You know what I'm saying? So, like the person who creates this whole thing will be getting paid some way from Amazon.
Yeah, well,
Who, so
that could well be.
who gonna get that money?
If it could be you, if you work out something with Amazon.
Right, but Amazon got to go through you. They can't contact me.
No, not me. No.
Is it an
what we're doing
LLC?
is we're creating a currency, like something that we exchange with each other, which is our time.
Is it an LLC?
LLC, you mean the business?
Yeah.
No. Our website is an S corporation. It's a for-profit S corporation. But what it's about is it's a mission-driven business. And our mission is to solve these really gigantic problems that we began to talk about at the beginning of the show, like the homelessness and, the threats to people's food supply. And what we're after is trying to solve those problems. And anybody can exchange with anybody. That's not the purpose of it. If we can start really helping each other and using time as money, we will be able to get a lot more power, because the problem of inequality will be great. I would think as we get bigger, it would really get minimized as a problem, because the more inequality there is of dollars, the more people will turn to time currency.
Okay, bet. No, that's definitely a good idea. Is there a way you can make, somebody like Steve or Dr. Rudis, like, have like some type of ownership, like equal ownership. You know what I'm saying? So when
Yeah,
this
there is
thing do,
nothing to own.
yeah, but when you make an S corporation, somebody's paperwork and name is on that.
Yeah, so I pay the bills for the website.
Right, but so when you filed for the S corp, you filed under your name, Barry Corn. So
That's
we
right.
need some. We need either Steve or Dr. Rudis, somebody black and prestigious, as a second hand to you with equal powers. Then I think this thing will work pretty good until we get
You
that.
can start
But
your own. You can start your own.
no, but you working with my people, and see, I'm getting the business right.
This isn't for anybody. This is only for people who want to be part of solving this problem in this particular way.
Are
And
you willing
if
to put
that,
somebody black in a CEO or next have ownership with you? Are you willing to
no,
succeed to that?
no, I'm not
Oh, there you go.
interested in.
There
Yeah,
you
there
go.
you go. Right.
There you go, y'all.
What's that?
I'm gonna tell the truth.
What's that when you saying there you go?
Look, he's starting a business and he's thinking he's going from small to big. This thing is, once that thing get to Amazon, do you think any black people, he probably ain't gonna even come on this show no more? So we need to get some black representation to have equal power if he really cares about helping, which I think he does. But to confirm that he does, why wouldn't you put someone of color in equal footing next to you to run this business? He said he is not interested in putting a black man
Or
next to his
or
name.
anybody.
No, we
Or
talking
anybody,
specifically
Jose.
black.
No,
And
black
hey,
is
come
not
on,
an
you know
issue.
what I know what
Okay.
the Jewish people went through. You know what we went through. We went through. We should be holding hands in unison. Put a
I
black
got you.
man 50%. Come on.
Got you, Mosaic. So I want to move on. Anybody else have comments or questions?
Any more comments, questions?
So yeah, this sounds like the third version. This sounds like Time Exchange Cubed. So it seems so it seems like you sitting at the crib, constantly coming up with ideas, but not building the foundation though, because it sounds like Time Exchanges, which morphed into Peacebrook, which now morphed into this new idea. So I'm trying to understand how are any of these going to be successful when they're basically building up on one another, but the foundation ain't there.
Well, I hear that's your thought about it.
No, that's not my thought. That's the reality, Barry. Come on.
As you see it.
It's about barter goods.
No, it absolutely is. But the reality is, I met Barry doing time exchanges with time dollars, and he built the website off of that, which is great. You know, so there was progress. But the folks never latched on to it. It never really took off. Then we started talking about Shawanda and Black Panther came out, and now we were building the story of the West Side.
So
And now
where are
we're
you going,
building a
DeAndre?
new.
What's your intention?
My intention is to ask how, with the different transformations of. Yeah, well, no, you didn't, because you said that's how I feel, and I said that's not how I feel. That's the reality. It's just these things. I mean, there's motion. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think that they're like you even said. One of the goals is to get 100 people, 12 people, founders, 100 people involved. You didn't even get that far with time exchanges. So I'm asking, how do you sit at home and tinker with new ideas that's building on foundations that does not exist?
Well, DeAndre, I'm sorry it doesn't work for you, but I want to move on.
But I didn't say that though. I'm asking a question about how do you make this work when the last two iterations did not work?
I got you. I got your question, and now I'm going to give everyone my answer to it as best as I can formulate it.
Let's go.
And then I want to move on. there's no comparison in my view of where we are today and where we started. I can talk to someone for 5 minutes, 3 minutes, and they become very interested in what we're doing. And we're getting a wide range of people with different experiences who are interested in following what we're doing or getting notifications of our meetings. And the times have changed, and the demands that have been coming down on, for example, cutting off SNAP benefits is unprecedented in my years, and it's historical. Historical lawlessness. And so I believe that we need to come up with a way of helping each other beyond interpersonal support. And it was out of that conclusion that I reached that I started the Good Money proposal. And so far, I've been getting very positive reactions. I'm sorry, not, I understand and I fully accept that it's not for everyone. But for the, it's the people who want to carry this forth that I want to be engaged in a conversation. And for those who don't agree or critical of it or skeptical or whatever, personally, I'm not interested in engaging with them about it, because there's too much that needs to be done too urgently. So that's my response.
I admire that.
DeAndre, I'm sorry, I just don't want to go there.
Hold on. Let me speak.
Not hold on.
Let me speak. Because you ain't even let me go.
The left always try to silence people.
No, it's not that. What I was going to say was, I admire you, Barry, for your persistence in not allowing anything to get in the way of the ideas that you develop. That has been a trait that you've exhibited since I've met you, and I can appreciate that as somebody who also develops and creates and will not allow a person to deter me from any ideas that I develop. And so that's all I wanted to say, because this is, this doesn't take away from what I said earlier, but I can admire the fact that, you're going to move forward with this, and that's what you should do. And there's nothing wrong with constantly tinkering and trying something. Just personally, would love to see more motion in some of the other areas before something else is added. But again, don't take away from anything that you've been able to do, and I admire you for it.
Well, thank you, DeAndre. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, and thank you for allowing me to say something to you, because I'm not always going to detract from what you were making. I just wanted to be critical of something that I see, which I always believe is important. It is as necessary as feedback, and it does lead to growth in some spaces. So shutting down criticism does not always help to move forward with what you're trying to do, but I also understand why you would do so, because time is of the essence, and you really don't need that. But I just wanted to offer my 2 cents. That's it.
Yeah, but if you don't get but if you can't take criticism, you don't get it. You don't know what to do. They say the same thing about Donald Trump. He can't take criticism, so he shuts it down. And you were exhibiting some Donald Trump behavior just right now, Bear.
I got you. Okay, thank you, Mosaic.
Berry.
Any other constructive?
I want to ask you, Barry,
Is
how
it
long have you been
constructive?
doing that Facebook?
Walter, I want to ask you if you have something that you're going to add to it, great.
Barry, I
I'm
want to ask
interested.
you how long you've been doing this for.
Oh, a long time. I started the website in, I think it was 1990. No,
How's it going in Oak Park or where?
what?
How long has it been going? Like only in Oak Park or Chicago where the
No,
peace?
it went through a long series of changes. And a lot of those changes came from listening to what people have said and to the reactions I was getting. And if I wasn't getting positive reactions, I would look for some other way to change it.
So how many members are in that organization, Peacebrook?
Say it again.
How many people are belonging to Peacebrook?
Yeah, well, Peacebrook is a story. It's remember, Peacebrook is
no people.
Story.
How many people in the story?
I don't know. Do you consider yourself to be part? Peacebrook happens. It's a language too, because if you see people being kind and helping each other, that's Peacebrook. So it happens wherever you see people being loving with one another and supportive of one another. And that's what time currency is all about. It's people helping each other.
Isn't it barter goods?
It is barter, but it's way beyond barter.
No, barter is part of history. That's longer
Yes,
than
that's true.
than Peacebrook.
There's nothing new about time currency. And there's nothing new about people helping each other and being kind to each other. It's ancient stuff, and that's what I think we need to get back to some of those roots to help us come together as a strong, empowered community.
Yeah. But 5,000 years ago, they didn't call it Peacebrook. They call it barter goods.
Whatever. Yeah, could be. Any other comments? Joanne, Ella, Steve?
No, what I want to clear up is at first you have to get merchants to agree to use the bartering or the exchange for Peacebrook for this program to go off. Do you have any people in mind or anything like that?
Well, the way I think it'll work is, and I don't really know just how it's going to play out. That's part of what we'll see.
Okay.
But if you know a merchant who might be open to it, please invite them to be part of this.
By this Morningside, if it's possible.
Okay.
And Ella, the way I'm envisioning a merchant to begin to get involved is that they will take some percentage of the price.
You look absolutely perfect. And you're just in time for the orientation breakfast.
Uh-huh.
I hear something in the
What is that? TV?
Oh, maybe it's my TV. Hold on.
One mistake.
Okay.
So what I envision happening with merchants is they will accept, let's say, 90% in dollars and 10% in time currency, or 20% in time currency.
They might tell me to leave the store.
in effect, it would be like a discount for them. But as they get more involved, they can charge time currency. So they'd have time credits coming in, and then they can spend it by asking people to help them in the store by accepting time currency as part of the payment that they would that the merchant would make.
So, Steve,
Yes, indeed.
do you take time out of currency?
Steve has an account.
Can't hear you.
He asked
Steve,
whether
Steve, do
Barry?
do you take time currency?
oh, Steve, you're frozen.
Okay, I'm here. I'm here. Go ahead.
Did you hear Walter's question? Do you take time currency?
Do I take time currency?
Yeah.
That was his question?
Yeah.
Yes, we engaged in that some years ago. Definitely.
And NAC is a founding member.
Steve is.
What is? What'd you
Oh,
say?
so okay. So, Steve, you take time currency?
Yes, indeed. I also give it.
See, that's the way it works, is that we're helping Steve and he's helping us. And the one of the advantages is we record the transactions. So we begin to have a record like as if it were checks, dollars. And therefore we can develop plans to get projects done, and we can set up a time budget. And then we can see, did we accomplish what we set out to do, and how were our time expenses? Were they in line, or do we need to adjust? Tanya, do you have any reactions?
Well, I think that the dollar not being worth anything, we have to go on another standard. And I think this is a good one.
Mm-hmm. Did you get a chance to talk to the other peacemakers about it?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, Tiny, you're considering having peacemakers be a founding member. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm.
Great. And I just want you all to know, I want to acknowledge Steve. He and I talk all the time, and he has had a huge impact on me. And one of the main things I've learned from Steve is it's all about relationship. And that's the center of Peacebrook, and the center of time currency, and the center of good money, is to shift from the impersonal, powerful, competitive dollar that's becoming more and more scarce, and people don't trust it as much as they
Why
used
is that?
and shift to a relationship-based way of exchanging, helping in a deliberate, extended way people you are connected with and know. So the effect of it is it'll bring us closer together, and we'll be able to get more done because we'll have more money. That is good money. Dollars plus hours.
Yeah, but you're talking about money disappearing.
No,
Who's that Walt?
I didn't say disappearing. I said becoming more scarce.
Why is that? Because the two sides cannot come out with a plan.
I didn't understand what you said. The two sides, what?
Both sides can't come out with a plan to keep the government open.
And I'm not talking about those, the political issues. What I'm talking about is
This is a political issue.
If you're talking about money being scarce, that's a political issue, Barry.
Hey, Walter, Mosaic.
So why, can I ask you a question?
Joanne?
Can I ask a question? Okay, go ahead. Why is money, you mean, more scarce in society or just within different? Why is you say it is becoming why is it becoming scarce?
Why is it becoming scarce? Joanne, you're asking me? I believe it's becoming scarce.
Yeah, who said money? You said money is becoming more scarce, right?
I said dollars are becoming more scarce.
So answer the question.
Sure. I believe that what's been happening for a long time is inequality is growing. And it's reached a critical point because the morbidly wealthy have so much of the money that they can change the rules. And they're changing the rules.
Change what now?
They're changing the rules. They're buying the politicians and have them change the rules so that so that prices are going up. And
that's greed.
People's income is not going up nearly as much. And so things become less and less affordable. And what we're doing with the good money is having time currency counterbalance that. And the more prices go up, the prices in dollars go up, the more people turn to each other to help each other and use time currency.
Well, this is like a reset. It's all a big scam. Like from the 1929. It's like what, 2029? That's what you're saying. 4 more years from now, we're gonna go kaput.
I don't know, but what I
gonna go where?
Kaput.
Kaputsky.
A big collapse, like the Great.
What is Kaputsky?
Steve, I can't hear you.
It's mafia talk.
Can you hear me?
Hardly.
So I told him. She said, "What is Kaputsky?"
Well, that's what it means.
Go ahead.
So that's going to be bankrupt the country, pretty much. We're at $38 trillion in debt. So it's heading that way.
Well, that's not what I want to focus on. I want to focus on what we can do to get time exchanges going so that so that we move it ahead and people are actually using it.
That's why you were just saying that the thing is going to be scarce, money scarce.
No,
this is where it's heading. Greed. There's a two-party system. It's all greed.
But the people on this call, for example, aren't screwing each other. They're here to engage in something they're all concerned about. Is what I'm assuming.
Yeah, we are philosophy. That's what you're saying.
I mean, also, I wonder, like, so with the time exchange, can you set up like, since like I'm pretty sure you got like a database of all the people you could just. I think because I think I did sign up for it as well, because with this whole SNAP benefit, maybe we can have like the how you guys had the No Kings. How about like, is there going to be any like protest that we can garner up with the people on the Peacebrook? Like, get them, can we try to get them to give their time to go have a protest demonstration for the SNAP benefits?
Yeah. So I want to give you my answer, and then Dr. Orr has her hand up. So I want to switch to her. So the way Peacebrook is set up is anybody can start a Peacebrook group or council. If you think it would make things better, do it, organize, and just do it. Whether it's a protest or whatever you think would make things better, do it. And if you need
but there's nobody internally in Peacebrook talking about having a rally for the SNAP people who were missing out on SNAP benefits like you had for the No Kings?
Peacebrook is us.
But you guys were doing No King Day.
Dr. Orr, you have your hand up.
Hey guys, how y'all doing today?
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I see all the wonderful people on here today. Two things. Barry, talk about time exchange and Peacebrook interchangeably, and that kind of introduces a little bit of confusion as to what time exchange actually is.
Yeah.
I got involved because of time exchange. I like the concept of it, and depending on how things play out in the next few months, few years, this is going to definitely be very valuable for our communities. The thing of it is me personally, I have not seen it implemented. I haven't seen it in action. I don't know what it looked like. And then you just said something just now that just I was almost clear about what you wanted to see this do. Oh, and then you said if anybody want a Peacebrook committee or something like that, they can do it themselves. So I think there needs to be a delineation between Peacebrook and time exchange and what they are, and not to be used interchangeably, because I think those are two different things, I believe.
Yeah,
and I also need to see or know or have some practical pathway to the time exchange and how it's supposed to function. And then the last thing is that, everybody's up and roar about the SNAP benefits. And of course, it's warranted it's really warranted. But this is not just about SNAP benefits. This is an exercise of power. And it is a test run to see how much and how long and how far they can go with this type of behavior. Because despite people not getting resources or even not even being paid, corporations and members of Congress are still being paid. So when we start thinking about how do we begin to approach this, yeah, we can protest all day long for SNAP benefits and any other resource that support our communities, which I am for. But how do we get at the root of the dysfunction of how our government is working right now? That is a question that I think every American should be asking right now. But, we are still posturing to be politically, I ain't gonna even say politically correct, but we don't want to step on people don't want to step on no toes. So I'm learning. Okay, that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, Dr. Orr, can I answer your questions?
Sure, absolutely.
So the first question is, what is Peacebrook? versus what is time exchanges. Peacebrook is a story, and it's used as a adjective to describe something. So the story of Peacebrook is in Peacebrook, people help each other, have a thriving community, and grassroots governing councils where anybody can start a Peacebrook group or council. That's a story. What time exchanges is like the dollar, it's a means of exchanging goods and services. So it's very different, but one is connected to the other. We can fund activities, whatever the activities are. Steve and I talked about how we could use time exchanges to deliver food, because NAC was, Steve is talking with the city about food being delivered to NAC, and then NAC would need to distribute the food to people. And what we were talking about doing is encouraging people to start small groups of delivery services. And we could call them Peacebrook groups, because the purpose of a group of, let's say, 3 people who deliver food would be kindness and being of help to someone. And we could pay them some dollar amount, like 50 cents a mile or whatever would be a fair rate, to pay them for the wear and tear on their car and gasoline, plus whatever time it took them to go to NAC, pick up the food, deliver the food to people who need the food. So that would be a concrete way.
But what if you don't have any money though, Barry, to pay for that gas? And you know, what if you don't have any money?
Right. So then we might, ideally, the way it would work is that somebody who receives the food would pay their driver, I'm making this up, 15 minutes of time, plus $2 for the car. And then the next person would do something similar. So that's how we could become self-sufficient, using the dollars that we have to pay the driver.
Now, is there already a pot, like an existing pot? Like, you know, when a company, you know, IPOs, they have a pot of money, a worth. Is there already a dollar amount within that we can, you know, expunge that first?
No is the short answer. But if we wanted to start it, we could ask people to put $20 in, or whatever they feel comfortable putting it in, and get a pot just to start, and then see whether the city will pick up the pot, the cost.
Okay.
I'll put $100 in the pot. Let's go, man. Everybody on the call would contribute $100.
Yeah. Well, that's how it happens.
No, I'm saying let's do that. Like we
no, wait, yeah, but once we have to get Black representation too, because he's the face of the company, like Mark Zuckerberg is of Facebook.
The money doesn't go to me.
But you are the CEO, and we need some Black representation.
All right, Mosaic.
Please, Barry.
I hear you.
Steve is the boss. Steve is the CEO.
Now I'm down. Now, if you make Steve a part owner, you got my support.
Did you hear him? Did you hear him?
What'd you say, Steve?
Everybody has the same equal stake. You just
So
have
when
to.
you guys gonna deliver food? When?
That's a good question. We I haven't heard anything back from.
And I got a car.
What was that?
I got a car.
Somebody got making a lot of noise in the back. But
Well, I have a car, Steve.
oh, yeah. We appreciate that. We're just waiting for the goods, and I'm sure there will be plenty of people that will accept them. I'm just saying, maybe since I don't know if you missed the first part, but we talked about the SNAP benefits being, I think they opened it back up, but I don't know.
So why the government use all that tariff money to open up SNAP? I mean, why are they prolonging all this goofy stuff when you got to work both sides of the fence and make the government not shut it down?
The tariffs go to the foundation of the country, the infrastructure, security, defense, the military. That's where the tariffs go first before it's gonna ever touch us.
But there's 41 million, 42 million people on SNAP benefits across the United States.
Yeah, but the states, like DeAndre said in the chat, why isn't Illinois exhausting the emergency funds that we got? Why am I paying Illinois? I pay Illinois state tax when I went into Walmart earlier. You know what I'm saying? And with them tax,
10%.
10.33%. To be right and exact. And so why that money can't, go to them? Oh, no, they probably gave it to all the migrants.
So listen, two
Steve,
things you said,
excuse me, just one.
Mosaic, was you talked about the tariffs going to military people, but
I said infrastructure and the
mhm,
military, as in like defense, like if a
right,
rocket come, we can shoot the
right.
rocket out the sky type.
I get that, and that would not be a problem, except that was among the most invested in things from major investors and big corporations
What you
over the
mean?
last few years, that they invested in defense and
Steve,
militarization stuff. But that's one point I want.
Right, that's why you don't have a bomb over your head right now, because they have invested in these. That's why you safe in your
You're
house.
not
And
hearing what I'm saying.
go
You're not
ahead,
hearing what I'm
sister.
saying. I'm saying that the investment in militarization and all of the military stuff, and then they're enforcing tariffs that's impacting people. Our dollars go to pay all of that, whether it's city, state, county, local. Our money is across the board, period. We as U.S. citizens have rights for the utilization and the disbursement of those dollars to support American citizens, period. Whether it's Illinois releasing funds, whether it's the federal government releasing funds, just what's happening is not beneficial to the people. That's all I'm saying. And we not looking at where the money is going. I'm in agreement. Why Illinois won't release their emergency funds, but I'm also in agreement is why do tariff money go to security first or defense first? Why does
Because
tariff
it has
money
to
do
go
that?
for the infrastructure.
But it's not necessarily.
Wait, hold on. Somebody's got background noise like crazy.
It's not me. I'm
TV.
sorry. It's not me. But the thing you right, we supposed is go to the military, whatever the case is.
Not just the infrastructure, the roads, the cities.
The biggest investors, though, are
The streets are terrible.
big corporations.
$20 million came from Governor Pritzker for the benefit.
Like he's a billionaire. He only gave 20 million.
You said what, Steve?
Exactly.
I was told by Mr. Glover that $20 million came from Governor Pritzker.
I mean, That's off the back. He's supposed to do that.
So
Yeah.
there's American greed. There's American greed with these grocery companies. You ever see everything is getting smaller, and then what is sickening actually. They want to make more money for their shareholders.
Yeah. Hey, you go in a grocery store. The shelves are not even packed. We went in Jewel's. They have no. Hey, Chrissy, I don't understand what's going on. Stores, Jewel's used to have every kind of fruit. The one on Roosevelt don't have a lot of nothing. I'm telling you, I don't know what's going on. But
Was a
yeah,
drought over
these
there?
stores
Because my grocery store, what is full.
Where are you?
Yeah, that depends what day you go to. Certain days you go,
Yes,
from working in those stores.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Certain days, like
Yeah.
Sundays be packed. Like
You ain't
Sunday,
gonna
like
find ain't nothing on the shelf.
yeah. When you go on,
Go
Sundays
ahead.
be packed. If you go, saying Monday through Wednesday, you're gonna probably get a good,
Which store you go to? All my stores are packed.
Yeah, if you
That's
went
just
to
food.
I'm a River Forest girl. They got everything.
if you went today though, you probably experienced because there was a lot of folks that were, just like when we have times of uncertainty that panic and they do panic buys. So you potentially ran into that considering everybody was really, up in arms about the first and the lack of SNAP benefits. We're trying to buy up stuff to have, to meet their needs.
Are they really gonna cut the SNAP?
Well,
they are delayed for a week, at least.
Yeah, but coming in March, it's either going to be March or the top of the year. They are putting in plans now where you have to work for 90 days. You have to work 20 hours a week, so for a total of 80 hours a month for 90 days. And either it's going to start in January and get evaluated in March, or start in March and evaluated 90 days after. But if a person that is of able body is not working 20 hours, they're going to lose their SNAP benefits altogether.
Okay.
So, although this whole thing is happening, people got to realize what's about to happen coming to turn to the new year. This is about to get a little different
what
around
the
here.
guy did say. What the guy did say, and he said, America the only one take care of anybody. The other countries don't do what we do. Everybody come to America and we take care. Don't no country do what we do. Am I right
And
or
that's
wrong?
why everybody want to get here.
Oh no, you 100% right.
Everybody
And
want
they're
to get here.
tired. Yeah, and they're tired. They're gonna stop all that taking care of people. Because they gave them Venezuela 3 and 4 thousand. They gave them 7,000. They gave them a lot of money.
Man, they gave them food. They gave them housing.
Oh, Venezuela.
Cell phones, cars.
They had on Nike jumpsuits. Hey, down at the Taco race game with Nike, Gucci belts. Come on now.
Well,
let me ask you.
Wow.
Hold on. How is it that we're talking about SNAP and people getting benefits and they got to follow all these processes and things, but isn't that run by the federal government? Are those people getting paid that actually have to do their administrative work?
That's the city of Chicago doing that.
No, that's federal. The SNAP benefit stuff is federal.
But they're giving
it's
them
going through the
benefits.
city.
But for the Venezuela money, that's from the city.
No, I'm talking about okay, let's go back to the requirements that they're asking to have for people to have.
Yeah, to work for 20 hours,
right?
To work for 20 hours a month. 20 hours a week.
Okay.
Yeah, 80 hours.
But it's from the federal. Who are the people that are going to do the federal work?
I think
Gonna
that's
do what,
federal.
The people that are doing the administrative work that to qualify people aren't they federal workers?
Yeah,
are they paid?
Yeah, Steve, but they still got to go through the funnel of the city. The city, it's like when your grandma give your mama some money for you, or the mama cash the child support check, that is going to her. But when the city get it, it's gonna go wherever the city gonna direct the money to. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that works.
Yeah, but there's another program, WIC, for women.
That's the same thing. That's SNAP.
Someone was at your front door outside.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys are really hearing what I'm saying.
I love WIC.
If people in the federal government are not getting paid, how are they going to work to make sure that all of these people follow the requirements?
Some of them not going to work.
I guess when you go apply, they got the guidelines. 18, I think it's up to 14. I got the article here. If you got kids up to 14 in your household, you could get stamped. Once over 14, they do not get stamped. I think it's 18 to 64. You have to have 80 hours a month to get the link. 80 hours a month. All the guys coming out the jails, penitentiary, they were getting 300, 280. They're not going to get it anymore. Okay? They're not going to give it to them. You got to go to work. Because when you get out of jail, all my nephews, they all go get a link card. I'm just telling y'all what it is. And then a lot of them sell that link. So it's what it is in life. Yeah.
Yeah, but people are gonna be stealing food next.
They sure will.
And then they're gonna sell the steaks for like half off. Because
They've been stealing the food. That's why the store closed.
They've been stealing the food.
Let them steal the food.
The food.
So they can just shut down the stores and they can have more of a grocery desert.
Yeah, they're gonna be selling the food nonstop.
Right.
Look at Aldi's. They have to take the cashing counter out. People are stealing steaks.
What counter?
What counter?
You know how they got the guys at the cashier? They had the checkout counters. They had to take those out because people were stealing food.
Oh no, you mean self? No, Aldi's on Harlem and Riverside got it. Aldi's on Wicker Park got them. Yeah, no, all of them. Yeah, they still got the self checkout.
But people were stealing
all
food.
The jewels still got the checks. Mariano's, that's why I shot. Sam's got them. Costco's got them.
Yeah, but people still
self checkout. Huh?
People still steal meat out of there. Out of Aldi's.
Well, they still got it. Well, Aldi's on Central and Roosevelt don't have a self checkout. Just Harlem and Cermak, Wicker Park got them. Certain ones got them. Bellwood got them. Oakbrook got them. They're everywhere.
Okay.
You go in Jewels, you might have one cashier, but you got to do the rest is self checkout.
Oh,
wow. I go to
Jewel
all the time. Yeah. I don't go in Pete's. I don't like Pete's. Pete's is a joke.
So
Pete is what? The double?
So everything is going.
Pete's is expensive.
Oh yeah.
It's automated and self-serve, from what it sounds like.
Yeah.
But
but
I don't know if did anybody ask my question. If indeed we are getting SNAP benefits removed or kept under guidelines that DeAndre read or talked about, who are the people from the federal government that are not getting a check watching these things or administering these things? That's what I'm trying to say. It's no longer.
When you go to the Department of Human Services, it's the Department of Human Services is watching all that.
So that's not the federal government.
All you gotta do is put your social security number in and everything pop on you on anything.
Yeah, that's true.
So do you guys still see what I'm saying? There are people that work for the federal government they're saying, that they're not giving a SNAP unless you do this, that, and the other thing, but they're not getting a check themselves.
So what are you saying?
So they need to open up the government. We got to talk to our congressman.
They gonna continue not to go get no checks until the government is open.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that what I'm talking about either starts in January or March of next year. So right now they don't have to do that process of looking through and seeing who's working. I'm fairly certain the government will be back open by that time.
Oh yeah, they don't watch it.
I'm saying,
and they might get back pay too. They might get them back pay when the government open back up. It's not guaranteed, but they might get back pay, and they can't quit their job because you give up your position, even though you're going to work for free. I see what you're saying, Steve. Even though they literally right now working for free, and they might not get no back pay, but at least you retain your job when the government do open. That's the best thing you can hope for.
You know what they should do? Cut the congressman's paycheck to get this bull crap to settle it.
Yeah, that'll get it done real quick. What I was gonna say too is we have yet to really dive into why we have a shutdown. Right now, I know the easy way to say the easy reason is Trump is abusing power, but also when it comes to the Democratic side of the aisle accepting or sending their bills in, the Republicans are constantly saying that it's full of pet projects, and a lot of it that they don't want to fund, such as like identity reassignment surgeries and all of those type of things, right? So I think honestly it calls for a conversation into what is it that the Democrats are trying to get approved in their budget to actually decide if we as American people stand behind some of that stuff, because all of these bills have some pork in it that we'll probably look at like, nah, that's kind of crazy. Like, why you approving funds to send overseas or for this particular research or this surgery and this and that, right? And I think that's part, like, we never understand what's going on with these bills and the filibusters and everything else that's associated, but we need to have conversation about it too to even determine if that's something we want in our society. Because again, the easy response is, well, Donald Trump's abuse of power is fueling this governmental shutdown, when the reality is there's two sides of the aisle and neither one of them are budging about what they want to include in their bills. And we should be talking about that.
No, that's true. And then because remember, I don't know if it was a big, beautiful bill, but if none of y'all understand, it was a bill that was supposed to be passed and it didn't get passed because in the bill, most of the Democrats voted that they wanted to have Sesame Street in Afghanistan. They went like our American tax dollars. Think about this, y'all. You go to work, wherever you work at, and your tax dollars go to funding Sesame Street in Afghanistan. It might be like, hey, no, let them kids watch something. But it's like, hey, that should not be in the bill. And that is so I promise you, if you go look it up, there was a bill. And when my brothers say gender real, that means they putting in these bills that's stopping people from getting paid. When the Republicans look at it like, hey, Democrats, and I'm not saying the Republicans don't got no stupid bills too, but they like, hey, why do you got this bill in here? You want us to pay $80 million a year for kids and people to change their gender, to cut off their penises. Yeah, these are the reasons why. And they don't tell our people this, and we be mad at the Republicans, but we don't know. It be the Democrats putting some crazy stuff in the bill, and everything I'm saying is truth.
The Democrats.
Yeah, I went to the library.
Come on now.
I went to the library. They had gender queers.
I am liberal and conservative. I'm in the middle. I lean more conservative. I believe in some good that the liberals done. I like equality for all of that good stuff, whatever. But some of that stuff just be too extreme.
Yeah, they got books in
And
libraries.
that's why this bill ain't been passed, because they refined the bill, and it was like 2-3 Democrats that didn't agree with it, and that's why the bill is stopped right now. That's the reason.
They need 60 people.
Young man, where do I read that at? Young man, where do you find what's in the bill?
You can Google it up. You can just if you type in Google.
Well, what they're
what's the
trying to
name?
reaffirm that, and I ain't talking about nobody gay. Why they're doing that? They're trying to stop our race as black people, to start our kids young, stop our race from growing, for that gender, whatever you just said. That's what they're trying to do.
Gender queers.
Yep.
Yes,
that
stop the black
also,
race.
yeah,
Yes,
and
they are.
Parenthood, put in Planned
Yes.
Parenthoods.
Stop the black race.
Republicans would be like, hey, we don't want to pay $20 million a year for Planned Parenthood. You're killing American citizens. And okay. Then the Democrats like, oh well, I'm not gonna sign the bill. And they know public perception, everybody gonna be mad at all the white Democrats. Republicans. We mad at all the white people stopping us from getting stamps. And it's like, it's not like that. Them Democrats play dirty little tricks.
Come on. You ain't lying.
They play dirty little tricks.
They ain't
never done. All the people who did that No Kings, they ain't never said, let's do a protest and a rally for black people that went through redlining, Jim Crow, put in these project buildings, the Tuskegee. They don't, but because Trump affects the white people now and the Latinos now they want black solidarity. No, y'all on y'all own.
No, like I told that girl at work, we ain't marching with y'all.
Nope.
Now it's people of color. They ain't messing. I'm a black American. I'm not from Africa. I don't care what y'all say. This is my country. I was born and raised in America. I'm a black American. I ain't no African. Y'all gone with that. And you right, brother. You right. They ain't gonna. The Democrats is some buzzers. And we got to go back far as y'all. Barack Obama won nothing. Y'all think Barack was something? Barack was garbage. Read what he did. Nothing. He got all 78 million. He didn't give black people 1% of that money. And not one time did the brother say he was black. He not now. He people of color. Come on. Barack was garbage. Brother, you speaking truth.
Yep.
Well,
oh man,
they hate to hear the truth.
And transgender people, if you don't let the gays and lesbians be, and I'm not knocking, we will not give you that money. Y'all got, and Barack sent more migrants back than anybody. Y'all, Barack Obama was garbage, and he won for us.
They say a broken clock is right twice a day. Mosaic came home with the heat.
Yeah, baby, y'all, we need to march. I mean, we ain't doing that. No, Democrats is not for us. I'm just telling y'all, they're not for us. They play us. They manipulate us. Am I right?
Yeah, and you know what? The Republicans ain't either. We need to just stop voting.
No, we can't stop voting. We can't stop voting.
Until we get some representation, we need to stop.
No. This is what we have to do.
None of vote for Walter.
This is what we have to do. I met a guy when I first started getting involved. When I first started getting involved in politics, I met a guy who was doing Mark Wallace, his name is. He was on DON, and he started what he called the 10x10 voting block, which is basically you just get 10 of your friends, and we all decide as a group what we gonna do in terms of the vote, and then we keep going, whether it's block by block or friend by friend, and gaining our numbers in 10 people voter sections, and we determine what we're going to do when it comes time to vote. So that's one thing we can do, create voter blocks. The second thing that we can do is actually do what I believe the political system's supposed to be, because it's an interview and resume process. You have the people come to you and you tell them what you want from them, right? I always say this. These people are coming for a job. I never in my life went to a job and told them what I'm going to do for them and got hired. But when it comes to politics and they looking for that job, they going to come to us and tell us what they going to do for us. No. We tell them what we need done, then give them the opportunity to get that done. If they cannot get it done, then we replace them like a job actually supposed to work. So if we really want to make change, we first build voter blocks, then we go and change the political system so that it's in our favor. People sit in front of us, they bring their resume, and our interview is conducted where we tell them what we're going to do, what we need from them, and what they need to do for us. And then we pick the person that we feel is best suited to meet those needs. If they don't, then we remove them and we start that process all over again.
You're right.
Hey, vote for Walter.
Democrats is not for us, y'all. It's been since time. My father told me that he been dead 30 years. They're not for people of color. I'm telling you. And we ain't got no business marching with them. I'm not racist. What we marching out there? They ain't got us. Trump ain't bothered us. Tell them we need to march with them because they resting flat. They ain't resting us. That ain't our fight. We started the marches in the 50s.
But
we started the marches.
But I'm asking you this, Jordan. I'm asking you this.
Huh?
What's the best alternative?
I don't know. I got to sit down and think. I got to read some more. I got to get it. I got to do. We don't read. Not saying y'all don't read. We got to read. Huh? We was in school. Segregation wasn't good for us. I'm older than y'all. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. When my parents migrated here from the South, they got here in 1939. They only could live in Jewtown. That's as far as they could live. They migrated west. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I ain't want to take over the conversation. They couldn't live. They could live.
Problems, but we really need to know what's the best alternative. What's the solution? I mean, you know,
these politicians, these no good politicians, Telefarrell, LaShawn Ford, Danny Davis, Dick Durbin, you got the list goes on and on. What's his name? Pritzker is a joke. Pritzker is a joke. Hey, a billionaire who took 30 toilet stools out their house and don't get out the cap where he lived. Don't get me started with these people. Y'all, come on. Come on. Wake up. We gotta wake up. I don't know.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
Steve, I got one more week. Then I'll make sure when I'm on the ballot or not.
Okay.
Well, I need to get on there, Steve. You need to get on there. Tiny, all of us need to get on the ballot. Shit.
I'm gonna be honest, sucker. Give me a week.
What's your name that know the truth? Young man, what's your name?
Walter.
Walter, you speak the truth. You know who?
Mosaic.
I'm running for secretary of a state.
Yeah, you speaking truth. No,
this is the truth. So it's gonna give me a week. A week. Next Tuesday. This is like the cutoff date.
Well, all I know is we gotta try to figure this out, and pointing the fingers right now ain't really helping nobody. You know, we figured that out because people are not getting paid because of finger pointing. So at the end of the day, how do we make this a United States of America again? You know,
we need to call our congressmen. We need to call all of our congressmen. Say you gotta give. This is for the American people, not victory between parties.
What's that?
The victory.
Anyway, we're coming up on the end of the show, y'all. We let Barry tell you a good part of what he's doing with Peacebrook, Time Exchange, and Good Money. I mean, it seemed to be that people feel that you're getting trying to happen, you know, slowly but surely. But I don't even want to say slowly. I want to say surely. This whole political party side, this and that, I think we're really all confused about it because the system
But
is
how are we
always going to.
confused, Steve? How are we confused? Trump, how are we confused? Trump is pulling the coat off of the Democrats. He's telling the truth on them.
Because it ain't just Democrats and it ain't just Republicans, but I tell you right now, the people that have all the power ain't got nothing fixed. And they had a whole
no, they don't.
They have the House, they have the Senate, they have the presidency, they have the Supreme Court, they have all these judges. Why isn't this stuff fixed? You got everything. Right. Nobody has ever had all of this. There's never been a situation where they've had the Supreme Court also. So somebody tell me why the people in power ain't got it fixed. And I can tell you.
It's bipartisan, Steve.
No.
Yes, it
it's
is.
still
The
bipartisan,
Democrats,
bro.
the
Like you
Democrats were
skipping over
shutting
that
it
part.
down.
They still have to agree on this bill. You can have all of that if you want. When you vote on a bill, it's bipartisan.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's based on the number of votes. If it was based on bipartisan, it would have. Well, it used to be like that years ago because it was kind of, neck. But it ain't never been like that in the last 30, 40 years. I'm telling you, it's just been this one, that one, this one, that one. And then we get into the whole, well, this ain't a Democrat thing. This, I just don't see it. I mean, if you got control, make sure the people that need what we need get it done. Why is that so hard? But we're talking
not if you
about,
ain't listening.
Well, we're talking about punish the people, punish the states, punish the cities. What the heck does that mean? Is that bipartisan?
Yeah. You're not adhering. You're not trying to work together. So it's finna get real chaotic until you get your mind right.
No, that's not.
You want the government to bend the knee and just start throwing money out when these people playing games with this bill. And you just want the government just to say, oh, we're going to get... No, it don't work like that, Steve.
Government to follow the system that's been in place to help the people. That's it. That's all. I don't
help
believe
the
in
people
waiting.
is to agree with that bill. If the Democrats cared, they would have signed that bill. But they didn't sign the bill.
So let me ask you this. Is it okay that everybody loses their medical benefits because they can't afford them? Is that okay? Because they're talking about increasing it.
My little sister used to run in the room.
We know this has been something, a thorn in Trump's side. He's been crying about Obamacare because it says Obama in it. He's been crying about that. Oh, we got to get rid of that. We need to get rid of it. Why do you need to get rid of that when people are utilizing it and it seems to be effective? Why is that a problem? I just don't understand it unless it's people that
he gets money. Obama gets money every year from his Obamacare.
Steve,
You know that?
Obama getting a bankroll off of that. He's getting money.
Okay. But
guys know any of this stuff. You guys are raving, but the fact is, none of the Republicans in the Senate, the House, the Supreme Court are not doing a damn thing to help the people, and they have the ability. All they want to do, shut up. All they want to do is sit up there and condemn the Democrats. We don't give a doggone hoot about this mess. We need help as a people, and you guys are on some stinking stuff because this country should not be like this. I have not seen one bill they passed in recognition of people. I don't care black, white, but of people. They're sitting up there condemning people because they're black, when actuality shows that the most
They're
people
not
getting
condemning us.
welfare are white.
Hey,
You all need to get your
go to
fingers straight,
another
get
country.
off this
Go to another country
Republican
and see
crap,
if they'll do what
and
we do
get
in America.
about living. Giving about helping,
Ella,
giving about being a humanitarian. Walter, I don't want to hear
But
that
that's
propaganda because I'm sick
that's
of
not
you
how
all
it works.
doing this. And
Granddaddy
nothing you
used to
all
be.
said is
It's
constructive.
already hard to have nothing.
Nothing you
It's
all
already
said is
hard to have
constructive
enough, baby.
except how you hate the Democrats. That's all
But
you
we can't do it
centering
by
on.
ourselves,
And
baby.
it needs to stop. That's why we don't have nothing now, because you all thinking of just one
And we ain't
party,
gonna have
hate the
nothing. And we ain't,
Democrat.
you right.
And I'm tired of
And we ain't
hearing it.
gonna have nothing.
Well, you guys need to get on a
Well,
better
yeah.
accord.
What you gonna do? What's your suggestion, sweetheart? What's your suggestion?
My suggestion is that these
To do? You can't do it by
Republicans
yourself.
who are staying away from the Senate come back to work and start helping the people and stop this hate-filled
They don't
homongering.
want to
That's all
help
they
us, baby.
doing.
They trying to help so bad, but they stop. It's
And
called Bleeding
it's,
America, sweetheart. You better
it
read.
doesn't
You
make
better
any
read,
sense.
baby.
It does
Read.
not make any sense.
Read.
You all are angry because people are
When your
Democrat.
grandparents
Don't be
say
angry
something.
because of that. Be angry because your representatives ain't doing squat. That's what you need to be angry about.
you know what,
And
Ella?
I'm
You are
done.
right about
When
one
your
thing.
grandparents kicked back, when your grandparents was a slave, did it make any sense, baby?
Ella, you were right about one thing. The Democrats don't do squat up there. They're not want to vote on the
Nothing.
I did
bill.
not
Nothing.
say Democrats. I said the people who have the most power in
Well,
our
you are
government
right.
ain't doing squat. I said nothing about a Democrat. Now that's what you
You
said.
said
That's
you
what
said
you want to say.
government.
But I'm
You
not gonna
said
blame this
government,
all on the Democrats. I'm gonna
but you
blame it on
said
the people who are in office now
That's
with power
all of them.
that ain't doing nothing. Now,
you just said it. You just said the
I
government.
said nothing about no Democrat. Don't tell me what I said, because I know what I
Government.
said.
You said government.
I did
Come on,
not say
Taylor.
government. I said the Senate and the House of Representatives, the power, and they're not doing squat. That's what I said.
Who do you think is in the Senate and the House? Democrats too.
No, Walter, you
Yes.
screwed up in the head. Who has the
Yeah.
most power? They got control of the representatives.
White people.
They got
White
control of the Supreme Court. They got control of the Senate.
Are you watching the government? The Democrats always want to shut it down.
Walter,
The
if you mention
Republicans,
Democrat one more time, I'm gonna come over there and I'm gonna show you what a Democrat can do.
okay,
No, baby,
Democrats,
you ain't got no power.
Democrats, Democrats, Democrats.
But just like, hold tight. I'm really confused.
What? You ain't got no power. What power you got?
Power of the
You ain't
people.
got none either. All you got is a bunch of talk.
Hold on, everybody. Hold on.
Power of the people.
Hold on. Everybody, hold on. This is the deal. We are in a terrible place.
Yeah.
Can we all agree on that?
Yes, we are. Hey, sweetheart, I didn't mean no harm.
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't mean no harm.
Okay, so we are in
you need to read
terrible
and find out the truth. What's going on?
I'm just confused on how we arrived at this terrible place when we weren't in this terrible place last year.
Yeah.
Were we in this same terrible place last year?
No,
Yes.
I know, cut me out.
It was
Yeah,
worse
but
last year, Steve.
yeah, but both sides need to work together.
Okay, so
Yeah, it's better now.
How? They need to sit down and talk.
Only thing I'm understanding of one of the main reasons why we can't get anything passed, because they're refusing to come and bring this lady in. Because this lady, once she comes in, she's going to vote against them, and she's a Republican, and that's going to open up a can of worms. And then also, the Democrats are sitting back saying, you know what? Y'all want to stalemate it? Stalemate it. Because at the end of the day, we're looking at people losing medical benefits. We're looking at people losing a lot of different things. We're looking at loss. So somebody tell me last year, where were all these loss?
You know what? They should have.
I mean,
They
come
should
on.
take both of their money away, Democrats and Republicans. Then I'll watch them turn this whole thing around in about 24 hours. You got to hurt them in their pocketbooks.
Well, that's not how it works, man. You heard them in the voting booth when it comes to politics. That's how you do that.
That too.
You heard them in the voting, but you're not going to guarantee you. Okay, so we can sit here all day talk about taking their salaries away. You know how long it takes to get a bill passed, to say take their salaries away? They'll be out of there by then. So that ain't gonna happen. What we have to do is what DeAndre said earlier. It goes back to the voting booth and the ballot boxes. And to be honest with you, I don't know what people are just trying to pretend they don't see. The whole world sees the turmoil. And now we're talking about, oh, it's the Democrats. Why is the Democrats even a factor in this? I don't even understand that. Everybody that's in power has the power. Make what happens happen.
Outdoor, outside.
You just answered your own question, Steve.
What's that?
Steve, if they have enough power, Republicans, they don't even have to have the Democrats there. Are you 100% true on that?
Why won't they bring that one person in? Why are they still making bring that one person in?
So you're telling me the Democrats have to beat her? That Democrats have to beat her because you need a quorum. You need a quorum there.
And they don't want a Democrat. So it's the Democrats that don't want to let the Republican lady come in, right?
Either or, there's no quorum. You need a.
I think it's Republicans won't let the lady in Texas.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Why don't they let her in? Just let her in. Why are we wasting time with her?
Who's that?
But the Republicans won't do it because she'll break the split.
That's the, what do you call it?
All I'm saying is, it sounds like there's some shenanigans going on, man.
Well,
and I'm telling you.
Well, they have to give a little to get a little. The Republicans got to.
So won't they let them come in? Don't Republicans want more Republicans?
But she might
or they only want the ones that's going.
But she might be stalemates.
I think she's a Democrat.
But she's calling herself a Republican.
That's a filibuster, maybe. She's a filibuster.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is, it just sounds real fishy that all of a sudden we can't pay federal workers because of all of this stalemating and people not showing up and people not wanting to let people, going through with a vote to bring somebody in and all this. It's like, what are we doing? So, you know what? The reality was the minute that the Supreme Court had given that immunity and all that other stuff to the president, Biden should have just went stupid with it.
Yeah.
And just start doing, hey.
He did go stupid with it. He pardoned his son.
No.
He was a crackhead.
No, I'm saying he should have just started, just lock stuff up, lock Elon up, lock this one up, do whatever he wanted. Just stupid stuff,
Oh, well, he did that in the 90s already, Steve. You ain't got to worry about it. He did that already. What you saying he did already.
That was black people. That wasn't white people. I'm talking about white people. He did that.
Black people.
The person who gonna lock up their own is Trump. Trump done locked up way more white people than niggas. It's just the truth. Than black people. He don't lock us up like that. He don't bother us. He bothers illegals. We are in the 14th Amendment. If you are African descent, you are of here. Huh?
You follow the Constitution?
Huh?
Okay, then there it is.
No, I can't hear. I couldn't hear you.
I said, do you think he follows the Constitution?
To the T. I ain't never seen nobody follow it like this.
So the insurrection was a part of following the Constitution.
Now I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't. When he pardoned them people, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. A lot. If you, I don't know if y'all know, but a lot of Trumpers do not agree with the Epstein hiding of those files. We don't agree with what you. We don't. It's a lot of that stuff that we call it out.
Doesn't matter because he said what he was gonna do before he got in there. And everybody knew it, so everybody wrote how they wrote.
No. He didn't say nothing about getting rid of no Epstein files.
No, not that. But he said, "I'm talking about." I thought you were talking about the letting people out of the prisons.
Yeah, no. He never confirmed that. He only did that when he got out. When he became president. He never said he's gonna pardon them before he became president. Because he never said that.
But he made it clear.
But he got pardoned.
He didn't make it clear. He never said it. You can't say he made it clear if he never said it. He didn't say it until he got to office.
He specifically said none of it should be in there.
Steve, he got Blago out.
So funny. That's why.
Huh?
He's saying that.
I mean, look, Trump low down. Yes, Trump is low down. I know this, but he better than the Democrats. I gotta say that.
What is this? Are we gonna fight for 4 years about this?
Hopefully not, man. Hopefully not, Walter, man.
We're gonna fight.
We definitely need to have. We need to bring back Celebrity Deathmatch. They don't remember Celebrity Deathmatch.
Usually what happens it happens like this. Whatever happens in D.C. and on the Hill and in the White House, it kind of goes, yeah. You just take care of that. But now
it rolls downhill.
It ain't never got to the like what? What'd you say? It ain't never been down to the people until it got to the nitty gritty, and that was Civil War. So why is it now? It's so much that it's down to the people. You can't look at nobody the wrong way. You can't say nothing. You can't wear certain colors. You can't have certain letters on your hat. Yeah, you can't. It's like, what is all of this?
That's gangs.
Yeah. If you wear a MAGA hat, you will get attacked by the left.
Well, what this is the greatest experiment in human history. These folks are really clever. That's what they are. They're very clever, and they continue to do things right in our faces and see how we react to it. And we continue to play the game. That's it. We have yet. So going back to earlier when I talked about what we need to do, the two things that have yet to change in nearly 100 years are our politics and our education. And those are the two biggest reasons why America as a republic is failing now and looking terrible across the world. Because we have yet to change the way that we approach either of those two systems, and they are causing us the most issues. So until we actually take a look at those two systems and decide on some fundamental changes so that we could bring the republic back, we're going to keep doing the same thing over and over. And all that is fueling the two-party system and allowing them to thrive in the chaos. Because when you play a game of misdirection, somebody winning. That's it. And so, this is going to go on for the next 4 years because the reality is we don't have enough gonads to actually do something for real. We don't. We don't.
Who doesn't have enough gonads?
I'm talking about everybody, man. Because look, whole time we're going to keep talking about the changes that need to happen and never do anything about it. And I'm going to talk about my people especially. We the ones that continue to talk about whether it's left or right or wrong, and who needs to change and how to do it. And ain't did nothing in the past 60 going on 70 years and still be like, well, I guess the little bit is enough. And then get played in our faces time and time again. So come on, man.
What did Lyndon Johnson say about
You already know what he
about
said,
that.
Walter. You tell us.
I don't know. You tell me. What
He
do you
said,
say
"I'm gonna
about the
have them vote
Democrats?
Democrat for the next 60 years." You know what he said.
Yeah, he said
200
I'm gonna have.
years.
Yeah, he said I'm gonna have niggas. Yeah, that's when he started giving public aid to black people, and the black women kicked the
Well,
black man
that's
out
when he
the
gave this.
house. So,
That's when he signed the Civil Rights Bill. Period. But again, the Republicans didn't want to do so, and he decided to do so, and that
I
generally
don't
led
know.
to the
What
shift
he
in people.
did.
Yeah, that's what he said, but that led to the shift in black people being. But again, all I'm saying is, even like that's fine. And so, when we're coming up to 70 plus years, 70 or so years, where we have yet to change either our education system or our politics, and we've
Right.
continued to get the same result. Like all I'm saying is, man, like, can we do something? That's it. Let's just do something.
But
Let's try something.
it's even worse
Yeah, but
now because
who messed up the education system with all this gender queers and all that?
Yeah, that ain't got nothing to do with it, Walter, because before gender came up, we were failing as a country in terms of our education system. The East is far outpacing us in terms of technological ingenuity and advancements, as well as education, because their kids go to school damn near
right.
13 hours a day and during the
Man,
summer.
I mean,
when I was
public school or is it
I was
Catholic school?
I was in grammar school, they said Asian kids were smarter than American kids. So
Damn.
I mean, come on,
Yeah.
seriously, that was 50 years ago. So what the heck, 50 years ago they were saying that.
Yeah.
So
How can you compete?
they were supposed to be third world countries. So you tell me, how's the third world country kids smarter than kids that have all of the advantages?
Man, go
Because
look, man. Look on TikTok. Go
you
look
know
at what
why?
they do on TikTok, man. You gonna see.
You know why? You know why? Because they didn't want to give it to you here. They don't want to give you what you really need to succeed. Now, we can sit here all day long and talk about.
Agreed.
We can
Not
talk about
always.
how freedom is this and freedom is that. No. You could do things that still can give you freedom, but still make your country succeed and the people in it succeed. But they don't want it. It's called capitalism. And with capitalism, somebody got to be at the top of that pyramid, and the rest got to support it. They do not want it. I mean, look at education. My brother told me he said been in education 40, 50 years or whatever. And he said, you know what? The system is not made for people to succeed. Because if it was, we would have more people doing so. And this
I don't know about that, Steve. I'm gonna push back on the capitalism. It's not a perfect system, but it's a great system because what capitalism allows you to do is to take your own ideas and put your energy and effort into it. And if people decide that they like your idea, you can become something off that idea. A lot of times people are not idea rich, or they don't have the ability to to persevere through their inevitable defeats, right? Which is why earlier I praised Barry for continuing on and persevering in the face of folks that want to give him pushback for his ideas, because too often we don't succeed because of that. Now, what it has also done is fueled corporate greed and made it such that people want to figure out how to squeeze as many pennies as they can out of people. But that goes once again back to our political system. If we wanted to, with the stroke of a pen, we can write how much people can actually tax or how much they can actually charge, but we refuse to. So capitalism is not a perfect system, but it ain't the worst system at all, because that is what has allowed Black people to flourish. Black people with all of these ideas and this ingenuity and creativity that can't hold a tune, dance real well, or get on a football field have been successful because they've been able to take those ideas and do something with them. And that's capitalism.
And we got the most, Black America got the most Black millionaires in the world in America under this trash capitalism system.
Inventors.
I just said that this is how capitalism works. You got to have somebody on top, and you got to have the many on the bottom fueling you. for holding it up. And that's the way this system is set up. If it was vice versa, we would be in even worse shape.
I mean, this is not goodbye.
Hey, Steve, it's 8:36, and I need to go, but I'm ready for the just to give final comment and sign off.
Yeah, go ahead, Barry. Get some final comments, man. You're right. It was a riveting discussion. Riveting.
Well, DeAndre, like you said a few minutes ago, we need to do something. And you said there's opportunity under capitalism to really make it with your ideas. Good money allows both. Good Money Chicago, you'd still have capitalism and dollars. And if you think you can make it with your good idea, great. But all the rest of the people who aren't going for that, but are looking for a thriving community, they can use time exchanges to help each other.
Yeah.
And so there would be a balancing. When you feel secure enough in your community, use your dollars and go for something, making it big with your dollars. So what I'm saying is, if you want to do something now, be part of the Good Money Alliance.
Yeah, hybrid. See your local.
That's it. Thanks everybody for.
Hey, how about you, Alva? What you got in conclusion?
No, nothing much. I'm still hot. I'm still angry. So I gotta go and take me a chill pill.
Oh man. You know they got herb down there in Oak Park now. Go on, get you some. It'll get you right.
No, I don't need no chemicals.
Yeah.
All right. Walter, in conclusion.
Me, I think there's good money and there's bad money. If we want to overcome this, there's a good book, High Finance. I mean, if we want to learn anything, we should look, just read a little bit.
All right. How about you, Mosaic? What you got? I ain't hear nothing from Twin.
Everybody stay black, man. Everybody stay black.
That can, right? That can. How about you? I guess that's it. Tiny, what you got?
Well, I always remember it is a God, and He's on our side. And after this is all shook up, it's going to be better for Black people and Latinos.
All right, Tiny. All right. Okay. I just want to thank everybody for coming on, and then those that came out yesterday for the land trust event. And we may be continuing this on, so we'll get it going and have more information for people to really understand how this is going to affect them and how can it really help them. So that's with Athena Williams from Oak Park Housing and Authority and a few others. DeAndre, go ahead, close us out, man.
All right, y'all. Yeah, I ain't got nothing going on. Like I said, we did our last event. We had a domestic violence conversation on the 30th that was really good. Folks was really sharing about their histories, having to deal with domestic violence. It's something that's very prevalent in our community. But we had a really good discussion. I've been trying to do some new ideas, so we set it up like a dinner around the table. So those things that we don't have anymore because of technology. And so we set the placemats out, and everybody gathered around the table, and we talked like a family would, where you actually discuss topics like we again don't do today, right? So had fun doing that. Looking forward to doing things like that in the future. In fact, I was asked to continue to do things like that in the future. So as some more of those come up, I'll let y'all know if y'all want to come sit at the dinner table, man, and have some real discussion about some things. I think Democrat, Republican would be a great topic, but you got to be, somebody that might want to hear something that's contrary to your belief. But regardless,
is the Rotary tomorrow?
No, Rotary is second and fourth Mondays of the month, so it'll be the following Monday.
All
We're
right.
still waiting to hear back
Okay.
from Kip to see when we're going to do our literary fair there.
Okay.
So, yep, I'll keep you posted though. I sent an email out about it. Either way, man, thank y'all for joining. As Steve said from the outset, man, we 5 years now. Goddamn
Yeah.
show been going on for 5 years, man. We, hold the distinction of being the first organization out in the community that put, the community together in the setting where they can air out and hear each other, and you know what I mean, have discussion that some folks might leave mad, others might leave inspired, others might leave with some ideas to make something happen. But
Right.
it's pretty cool, man, to put your effort in and see the thing keep going, man. Having new people come on all the time and new thoughts and ideas generated from it. So yeah, thank y'all for joining us for real, man. But like I like to say in closing, which really symbolizes the show, they ain't want to give us a seat at a table, so we created our own. We got open seats, and we just trying to welcome y'all home. Thank y'all for allowing us to welcome you to Northwest Austin Council. Y'all have a good night.
Good night.
God bless
Good night.
everybody.
Okay.
Good
Bye
night,
bye.
everybody.
5 years alive.
Yes, sir.
We're
Good
gonna
night,
talk about
Steve.
good night, all. Later, y'all.